main reason why people struggle with nutrition is because you actually need to have some self-control. You need to have a level of discipline, and you need to have a level of understanding when you should actually say no. And it's very easy for you to fall short, especially if your environment is encouraging you to do the things that aren't necessarily serving you. They're asking you to drink. They're asking you to eat out. They're asking you to go and do things that you don't actually want to do, and it doesn't align with your goals. So you do it anyway because you want to please them. You don't want to please yourself, and then it makes you a people pleaser. And then you get into this vicious cycle where you're not actually achieving anything. You're not actually seeing any results because you keep falling short. And you fall short because the people around you don't necessarily support you. So let's talk a little bit about what support actually is. Support is those who actually encourage you. They don't try to derail you. You don't hear people around you saying, oh, you got to live a little. Or you don't hear people around you saying, why don't you just take one bite? That is not what support is. Right? Support is that person that says, wow, that's amazing that you're saying no. Wow, that's amazing that you're seeing results. That's really cool that you have that level of discipline, that you're saying no to what you don't want to do. Like, that is what support is. And it's so easy for people to just kind of shit on you for wanting to do something more than what they are doing. And the main thing is this. People will shit on you for saying no to you because they feel bad about themselves. They don't want you to be better than them. Because if they did, right, no one who's winning will ever look down on you. No one who's winning, who's actually doing well, who's seeing results, will ever look at you and be like, oh, look, why don't you just have some? Why don't you just live a little? And the reason for that is because they know what it's like. They're not willing to go and say no to say yes to things just because of their environment, just because of what's around them. You have to know the difference. And so if you truly have goals, if you truly want to achieve something, then you got to be willing to say no to the people. And you also got to be willing to say no to yourself, because you're going to have temptations. You're going to have desires. You're going to have these things that come up for yourself. And you have to be strong enough mentally to say no to these. You have to be strong enough in your discipline, in your self-control, to actually not fall short when these desires come up, when these little guilty pleasures come up. You have to be strong enough to say no. And nutrition is honestly quite simple if you have the right approach. If you have a system in place, if you have a blueprint to follow, it's quite simple. Where people fall short is they try to do these fads, they try to do these diets, they try to do these quick fixes, these 30-day challenges, 6-week challenges. They try to do all these things and think that they're going to get somewhere. It's never going to happen in that short amount of time with a quick fix. It's never going to happen with a pill. It's never going to happen with fasting. It's never going to happen. You have to know that it's a long-term thing. Right? You have to be seeing this in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. You have to see this as a lifestyle, because that's what nutrition is. That's what health is. It's a lifestyle change. It's not something short-lived. So if you're going to actually commit to something, commit to a lifelong change. Commit to a different life. Especially if you're living your life on fast foods, if you're living your life watching TV late at night, if you're living your life screen sucking, if you're living your life heavy, all you need to do is make that decision, make that change so that you can actually start to change. And the moment you make that decision to go, you know what, I'm going to change how I eat, I'm going to change how I live, I'm going to change me, then you'll actually start to see better results. And all in all, you'll put yourself in an environment around people who support you, who truly actually want you to win. And your version of winning may be different to theirs. That's okay. Your version of winning is your version. It doesn't have to be theirs. They're not on the same journey. They're not trying to get the same results. And if they are, cool, they'll be with you. If they're not, they're just going to clap for you on the side. But know the difference. And so make the decision to change your life. Change who you are, change what you do, and change everything that you're all about. And the more that you do this step by step, right, bit by bit, you'll actually start to see results, and you'll start to look back in yourself and be like, I am so glad that this was the best decision I ever made. Doesn't make it easy, but it does make it right.